Okay, what I've done here is I did a collage about myself as a literacy practitioner and the roles it plays in my work. So first of all, in my work as a literacy practitioner, I am a coordinator instructor for family literacy projects, also for adult education computer training. So what I've done is I've used the directed reading and thinking activity as one of my teaching techniques. The second, or as one of the four, I have also used brainstorming, timed writing, and the herringbone technique. What I've done is I put it together and I wanted to show examples of how I use these techniques in my work. So first of all, with brainstorming, it's a technique that I use with learners because it's an effective way to generate lots of ideas on specific issues and then determine which ones are the best. It aims at getting learners unstuck by jolting them out of their normal way of thinking. And it's great when I do a writing or get my students to sit down and do a writing, I'll get them a piece of paper and they just go off and they find it great. It gets them going, it gets them started, it gets them motivated. I've also found it's a great way also as a coordinator, and these pictures here are part of that with some family literacy projects that I've done in the past, because at the start of those projects, of course, who I work with at Akella, we would all have to sit around the table and come up with lots of brainstorming ideas in order to get the project in motion, and so this is the final effect of all that brainstorming. So I want to put that in there. Also, the herringbone technique is another technique that I use for learners, and one of my favorite ones with them, and I see them sitting at their desk and they like to use this at the first of the year, and at the end of the year it's usually turned over. They don't use it anymore because they've gotten so used to using this one. Just to identify the main idea, again, it's great for the writing or the reading, giving them just a page of a little reading, and they find it's great to find the main idea and the 6 questions to go along with that. They can really visualize this into their mind later, after they got used to using this, or after I've used this technique with them, they've gotten onto it very well. Directed reading thinking activity is a technique I also use with the adult learners, which guides the learners into making predictions before, if they see the cover, they go in and they do make their predictions about what's going to go on into that book, and then they read a few pages and decide, okay, what's going to go on here, or think what is going to, or predict what's going to happen here. That was a technique that in the past I've used that many times myself. Like I didn't really put a label onto it. I didn't really think it was, or didn't know it was actually called something until I got into this program and began instructing. So that was great. Timed writing is another technique I use with learners. I found this one is great with computer training. The students will get onto the learners will get onto the keyboard, and I give them a certain time. What I do with that is I'll give them a list of words or list of topics, and they'll sit there and they'll just brainstorm about it. It's great for their writing skills and keyboarding skills. And the roles, of course, when I'm doing this, I put them in a different color here. Planning, of course, developing is what I'm doing, coordinating, leading, monitoring, and these are just a few. So I enjoyed using all of these teaching techniques as part of our, for writing and reading skills, and I'll certainly use them again. Thank you.